What's good, guys? We're gonna be breaking down UFC Macau, which happens in China. Glad that we're going back to China. One thing I want to mention was we can't talk about last week. We can't talk about this week without talking about last week. So we have to mention how we did last week. Oh, my lock of the week, man! Fuck! My lock of the week streak is gone. The 7 lock of the week streak is gone. Karine Silva, the butt scooter. She sold my lock of the week parlay, but that's fine. That's fine. Honestly, lock of the week should have never been W's MMA. And if it would have been, I should have been a little bit more confident on it. You know, when I saw Veronica Hardy lose, I actually ended up going 7-5 this entire card. So I actually did pretty bad this card. I got Veronica Hardy wrong. I got Mickey Gall wrong. I got Jonathan Denise wrong. Fucking fraud checked. Damon Jackson never has been good in the UFC ever. This guy fucking sucks. Damon Jackson. And then Karine Silva. This girl gets gassed, bro. This girl gets so gassed. And this girl acts like she's never fought before. And she's butt scooting and her lazy ass is laying down on her back. You fucking fat ass. Get up. But that's fine. Lock of the week streak falls. You know, a wise man once told me something that's very good about hitting rock bottom. What's the only thing that's good about hitting rock bottom? What's the best thing about hitting rock bottom? Is that there's only one way to fucking go. And that's fucking up. All right, we hit a lock of the week. 7 lock of the week streak was my longest lock of the week streak I've ever had. So I will be trying to get that better. I thought I was going to hit the 10, but I wasn't able to hit the 10. Lion Top wasn't able to get finished by Ruffy. I know a lot of people probably sold that right there. I'm happy Oliveira got the win. I should have had him as my lock of the week. Karine Silva was one of my biggest disappointments. Mickey Gall, you know, Hardy and Denise losing, that's fine. But Karine Silva, you know, I didn't really expect her to lose. So that hit a big toll on me. So I had to chase after. And we know a lot of people chase. So, you know, I was like, oh, nah. So, right here, I went over 1.5. And I went Charles Oliveira, same game parlay, plus 170. Had to chase pretty hard right there after my lock of the week didn't hit. And then right here, that was plus 170, so that's pretty good. Over 1.5 for Bo Nickel. I can't believe Bo Nickel wasn't even able to get the finish. This guy had nothing. He wanted nothing to do with Paul Gregg's jiu-jitsu. Over 1.5, Paul Craig, Bo Nickel. Over 1.5, Charles Oliveira, Michael Chandler. John Jones to land a takedown in round 1. Beautiful takedown, plus 560. I'll take that to the bank. Thank you. All right. Now, right here, one of my biggest ones of the entire night. Same game parlay. Charles Oliveira over 1.5, plus 170. Bo Nickel over 1.5, plus 161. And John Jones, and then fight doesn't go the distance. Minus 234. Comes up to plus 909. Had a terrible night, to be honest. Honestly, the best thing about having a terrible night is that there's only one way to go. And that's up. So let's go. UFC Macau. UFC Fight Night. Jan versus Figueiredo. This was going to be a 14-fight card, but now it's 13 fight because Kang Zhu is injured against Bing Zai. And excuse me with the names because this is going to be very hard. I don't speak this language, but I will be trying my best in order to pronounce these names. You guys know I like to roll my R's. You guys know I'm pretty good at pronouncing a couple of names. So let's start off with the prelim of the card. I want to mention that this card is stacked. You know, we got blessed with UFC Madison Square Garden at 309, so now we got a good card. Maheshate, Hayisaer versus Nikolas Motta. Banger fight to start off the card. Maheshate, we've seen before, time and time again. He's been in the UFC for a little while now. Still only 24. Fun striker. Loves to have a firefight or dance around the cage. Side kicks, flashy kicks, good elbows. If you let him control the pace, he will have the most success he will have. But if you stay in his face, back him up, and you can get to his chin, grinding him to the ground is also possible. He's coming off of that win over Gabriel Benitez. He took some shots to land some bigger ones. He's taking on Nikolas Motta, who has solid takedown defense, 82%. Moves well, has great footwork, great jab, at a counter, great 1-2. Coming off of that crazy KO win over Thomas Nola. This event in China is so lit. This will be amazing. Let's go. I've been waiting for this card for months. Bro. Like, once this card was announced, I was like, I gotta watch this card. I have to watch this card. So I wrote it in my calendar, wrote it down, and I will be staying up for this fight. I will be in everybody's fight companion. I can't wait to sit back and watch this banger card at so early in the morning. Maheshate gets hit way too much. Motta is the dog. He can be knocked out. He has been knocked out. And he won't wrestle. He doesn't wrestle. Nikolas Motta hates wrestling. So the UFC wants Maheshate to win. He should be the favorite, rightfully so. But Motta is chinny, but he's faster and smoother. So I'm going to pick Nikolas Motta. We have to mention that Tom Nolan KO was amazing. But Nikolas Motta has been put out before. Manuel Torres knocked him out with an elbow. And Jim Miller knocked him out. But we know that Jim Miller is a beast. What he did to Damon Jackson was amazing. So the fact that Jim Miller's still in the game, if you pick against Jim Miller, you deserve to lose. That's how it is against Jim Miller. He's always been a dog. So the pick is going to be Nikolas Motta right now. I know majority typology has that this fight doesn't go the distance. If you want something good, this fight doesn't go the distance. It's pretty good. Maheshate is good, but he's very young, 10-3. His 2 losses to Rafa Garcia and Borashev is alright. Honestly, he had a very close fight against Gabriel Benitez. The fact that he got knocked out against Borashev, we know Borashev dropped Lion Top. Lion Top is very competitive against Harafi, so you can do your MMA math there. I'm going to go, the pick is going to be Nikolas Motta. The only thing is this guy doesn't like to wrestle at all. So if he gets knocked down, he's going to just want to keep on striking with Maheshate Hayisaer. Give me Nikolas Motta, very low confidence pick to win this fight by unanimous decision, 29-28 after losing the first round. We know that sometimes with these prelim fights, you kind of just want to skip the first one just in case. Just skip it. And if you want to play something, play that this fight doesn't go the distance. Pretty good prop. Honestly, Nikolas Motta should be able to win this fight. I think he should be faster. He should be smoother. But we know with China's home crowd, hometown advantage, Maheshate Hayisaer is going to be looking for that knockout. But I think Nikolas Motta is smoother. Give me Nikolas Motta to win this fight by 29-28 unanimous decision. Should be a very competitive, close fight. Long Zhao versus Quang Lee. This is another banger fight. Banger. Bro, the reason why I love these types of fight nights are because these are the fight nights that end up having the most exhilarating fights of the entire card, especially on the prelims. The fact that we're only on the prelims is insane. Excuse me, guys. You know, it's getting cold, so I got to put on the hoodie. Long Zhao versus Quang Lee. Okay. Long Zhao, a hard grappler shooting like his life depends on it. Long Zhao is not that dangerous, very durable, and he has a wealth of experience, 35 fights, doesn't panic if it doesn't go his way, so he has very good composure. He can get taken down, get touched up often, usually finds a way to win, but he wrestles at all costs. He's taking on Quang Lee, and that's bad. When you wrestle at all costs like Preston Parson, a guy like Obon Elliott looked phenomenal against Preston Parson, so a guy like Long Zhao is just shooting relentlessly, might look a little sloppy. Quang Lee coming off of that short notice, step up over Chris Gutierrez, stepped up on a few days' notice, short notice, and looked good. Got some takedowns, wasn't afraid, landed style-wise. He loves to strike, plot forward, and bash kicks. Hangs on the outside looking for a counter. He did get touched up a little way too much against Chris Gutierrez. Quang Lee on short notice looked good. Definitely got outstruck, but moved forward and got the takedowns. Long Zhao should be able to win. Quang Lee gets hit a lot. Give me Long Zhao to lower his level, shoot for a takedown, and get this job done. Quang Lee looked okay against Chris Gutierrez. Yeah, he lost by decision 2 months and 3 weeks ago. And we know Chris Gutierrez has lost to Song Yadong. So we know a guy like Quang Lee is fit for the UFC. He should be able to, hang in the UFC for a while. But Chang Ho Lee, that decision split was a very competitive fight. I think Long Zhao needs to get this fight to the ground. But I don't like it when Long Zhao shoots like unanticipated takedowns. Honestly, I know majority topology is on Quang Lee to win this fight by decision. Quang Lee should be able to win this fight. Long Zhao has way more experience than him. He's 26 years old. He's younger, but he has more fights than him. Same reach, identical. Long Zhao should be the taller fighter. Honestly, you know the favorite's going to be Quang Lee. I'm going to go Long Zhao just to take him down and win by unanimous decision. It's going to be a very close fight. Honestly, I just want to see the odds right now because I know that they're up, but they're not up on Tapology. But the fact that FanDuel has these odds up already, these guys are on it. Shout out to the guys on FanDuel. Very good app. I love this sports book. Probably one of my favorite bookies of all time. Let me look at this. Let's go. Let's look at this. So, Quang Lee, -113. Zhao Long, -113. Wow. Give me Long Zhao to win this fight by unanimous decision after getting the takedowns. Majority Tapology is on Quang Li, though. Let's go. Banger fight. Loner Kavanagh versus Jose Ochoa. Ochoa. However you want to say it. Loner Kavanagh versus Jose. Kavanagh has fast speed and great movement. One of my favorite to tape. Honestly, one of my favorite to watch. Just one of my favorite just to watch during tape study. Raw power. Doesn't chase KOs. Has great cardio. Genuine prospect. Rounded guy. But he loves to... Okay, sorry. I read that wrong. Kavanagh has great cardio and he's a genuine prospect. Has great composure and he's taking on Jose. Jose is a well-rounded guy but loves to slug it out. He's a real slugger who works in grappling. His takedown defense is solid. Good job defending the takedowns. Doesn't look for subs. Actually tries to get up. Finishes... Honestly, he tries to get up. Finishes on the feet because of the pressure and his volume. He gets hit, but he is durable. Very fun fight. One of my favorite fights on the entire prelims. The pick is going to be Loner. His speed and high-level training will help him win this fight, and his cardio is a sight to watch. Both of these guys have a ton of finishes, so this fight doesn't go the distance. It's one of my best props. So by far, one of my most anticipated fights. Give me Kavanagh to win. Honestly, Jose is very good. He had that no contest against Ruiz. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that right. And then he won against Jefferson Piera, and then he also beat Juscelino Pantoja by submission and anaconda choke. That submission and anaconda choke is by far one of my favorites to watch. But I think Loner Kavanagh should be able to win this fight. Honestly, he's an undefeated prospect, making his UFC debut against a beast who's also making his UFC debut. Majority Tapology is on Kavanagh. I love Kavanagh's speed. Just watch his highlights, guys. Just watch his highlights. If you watch his highlights, you know a guy like Loner Kavanagh is very fast, very good, very fluid. And he should be able to beat a guy from Shootbox Diego Lima, Jose Ochoa. Honestly, it's going to be a banger fight. The fact that this is one of the fights on the prelims, I'm going to be definitely watching this fight. Give me Loner Kavanagh to win this fight by knockout inside the distance, specifically round 2 knockout after having a very competitive first round. Loner Kavanagh, man. I can't wait to watch that guy. And then this was a tournament championship. We have a lot of road to UFC, so you know that this is going to be a banger fight, man. The fact that we have a lot of road to UFC fights on this card is amazing, and I'm glad that we have tournaments like this. UFC should induct more tournaments like this. Song Young Yu versus Balgyn Jenisuly. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that right. Jenisuly is the majority Tapology's favoring him to win. Majority Tapology thinks that this fight goes a distance. Song Young Yu, non-stop wrestler who shoots right off the gate. He entertains the striking just to distract his opponent, then dives at the legs. He's shooting around 20 to 30 takedowns per fight. Song Young Yu is shooting around 20 to 30 takedowns per fight. Throws a jab, touches your knee just to remind you he will shoot. He is sloppy, but on the ground he is very aggressive, working for a submission. And on the other hand, Balgyn Jenisuly is a long, lean guy. Decent jab, using his size, plots forward, cuts off the cage well. Great takedown defense, always works fast on transitions. And on these road to UFC tournament finals, this is going to be a very tricky fight. There's 5 of them. So this card is going to be very tricky, and I expect some of you guys to skip some of these fights. This looks like it could be a 1-800-gambler type of fight. Young Yu is a great wrestler, but that's almost his entire game. He can desperately shoot, make openings, but Jenisuly has great elbows, great uppercuts, great knees. This is a skippable fight because we don't know. There's too much of the unknown. But this fight is definitely a 1-800-gambler fight. And Young Yu is a little sloppy. I'm going to take Jenisuly. Majority Tapology is on Jenisuly. Jenisuly has a 5.5-inch reach advantage. He's also taller. Bantamweight division, 28 years old. Honestly, I don't like how he lost to Xiaocan by split decision. But it happens. You're going to lose eventually. It's hard to stay undefeated. The fact that both of these guys are even competing in the UFC is going to be an amazing treat to watch. Road to UFC is an amazing tournament that inducts some of the best. So give me Balgyn Jenisuly to win this fight. He has to have great takedown defense because this guy, Song Young Yu, is going to be shooting takedowns. God, bro, this is a tongue twister card. Sung Young Yu is going to be shooting relentless takedowns, but he's very sloppy. So give me Balgyn Jenisuly to win by landing good knees up the middle, good uppercut, good clinch game, good Muay Thai, good uppercuts, good 1-2, and win this fight by unanimous decision. 28 years old versus 28 years old, almost identical. The height and reach advantage is going to be very significant. Give me Balgyn Jenisuly to win this fight by unanimous decision after a hard-fought 15-minute battle. I'm going to go 30-27, 29-28, and 29-28. This is going to be amazing. I can't wait for this card, man. Kiru Sahota versus Dong-Hoo Choi. Damn, I'm going to have some Chinese food. I have to have some Chinese food if I'm watching these fights, bro. Kiru is super long, and he has super long length, and his range is amazing. His takedown defense is solid because he stays so long with his widened base stance. Really good job working up, staying balanced. Solid volume, lacks power. He's taking on Dong-Hoo Choi. He can be hittable, but has a wide stance and low hands, and is tough. Works his takedowns well, but struggles to maintain top control. Work because of his hesitancy. His takedowns work because of his hesitancy. So this guy is very hesitant, and then out of nowhere, he shoots for a takedown. He's tough, has cardio, another road to the UFC tournament finale, so this card is very tricky. Choi is the favorite, has low volume, gets taken down, taken down here and there, but bleeds very easily. Low confidence, but I'll take Kiru to win by decision. So, what I wanted to say, let me clear that up. Choi is the favorite, right? But he bleeds way too easily, and he's very sloppy. He's very, very sloppy. He gets a takedown here and there, but like the other guy, he's very sloppy with his takedowns. Kiru needs to have excellent takedown defense. Majority Tapology is on Choi, so the fact that you're going on Kiru is an underdog pick. And this is a flyweight bout, 5'10", 73-inch reach. This guy's a flyweight, and he's 5'10" with a 73-inch reach. This guy's long. I think he needs to defend all of these takedowns on Dong-Hoo Choi. Dong-Hoo Choi is going to be shooting, and Dong-Hoo Choi is from South Korea, so you know he's going to have the hometown crowd advantage to win on his side. Very young, 25 years old. I was going to go Kiru Sahota because I like his range, and I like his widened base. And I think Dong-Hoo Choi bleeds way too easily. So give me another dog. I'm going to go Kiru Sahota, and I'm going to go for him to win by unanimous decision. Very low confidence pick. By far my lowest confidence pick of the entire card. Dong-Hoo Choi does bleed a little bit too easily. If he can get the takedown, he can win this fight by unanimous decision. Majority Tapology is favoring him to finish this fight inside the distance. But give me Kiru Sahota to win this fight. I know he's been knocked out before, lost 1 year and 7 months ago. And this guy he's facing is undefeated, coming for everything that he's got. Very good tournament finale. But give me Kiru Sahota to win this fight by unanimous decision. Very low confidence pick. Now there's another one. Ming Shi versus Xiaocan Feng. Xiaocan Feng is a wrestler who will shoot real takedowns, unlike the other guy. Uses her takedowns to force fights to the ground and ground and pound away. She has a good job at keeping busy, flows transitions well, good sub defense, very dominant on top. She's taking on Ming Shi. Is a very small but forward pressure striker at 5'2". Struggles with range, obviously. Tough, aggressive, but her striking isn't clean. Her takedown defense against the cage is better than the open mat. Honestly, a lot of fighters' takedown defense are better against the cage than the open mat, so you could say that a lot about everybody. Her offensive takedowns are much better off the cage. Feng should get it done. Huge size advantage, huge wrestling advantage. Should be able to get her takedown and work on top. Ming Shi is too small in my opinion, and 7% of Tapology is picking her. The reason why a lot of people aren't picking her is because of her size. She has a 60-inch reach. 5'2". She's gonna have in discrepancy in reach, discrepancy in height, and physicality. I think Xiaocan Feng is gonna be stronger. You know, these girls are coming for everything. This girl's 16-5. She has lost before by decision. I think this fight definitely goes the distance. Ming Shi is tough. I like her nickname, the Doctor. We need more nicknames like this. And she's really cool. She's really cool, you know. I'm going to go Xiaocan Feng to win this fight by unanimous decision after just imposing her physicality and will on Ming Shi. She's smaller than her. She should be able to impose her entire physical strength. She should be stronger than her. She should be smoother than her. And she should be able to take down Ming and control her. So give me 30-27 Xiaocan Feng to win this fight by 30-27 unanimous decision on all judges' scorecards. Xiaocan Feng to win this fight with her wrestling and physicality at will. Very good fight, very good fight. Carlos Hernandez versus Nyamjargal Tumendemberel. Motherfucker, goddamn motherfucker. This is some hard ass names. Nyamjargal Tumendemberel. Nyamjargal Tumendemberel versus Carlos Hernandez. I'm going to just call him Yam. Featured prelim. You know this fight might change. You know they always change the original bout order, so this fight might be the featured prelim right now, but tomorrow it might not. Carlos Hernandez is a grappler with okay striking. Although he has been tested by the greats in flyweight division, solid accuracy, not that technical, but a nice jab, a good 1-2, slick BJJ, but he can't wrestle. Takes shots, goes for trips here and there. This is a good fight. This is a guy, Carlos Hernandez, who has fought both Tasu Taira and Hayisaer. Very tough career. Very, very tough career for Carlos Hernandez. Yam is a powerful striker with bombs away, using a long jab, closes distance, but is a slugger at heart. Gets hit a lot, forward, plots forward, undefeated with 7 stoppages, relatively untested. The pick should be Carlos because he has a high-level experience, way more experience, but he doesn't have a lot of success as of recent. But the competition that this guy has faced is unmatched. Carlos is tough. Give me Carlos, but very low confidence since he always gets fed to the wolves. Yam could definitely get him out and get a KO. So, majority Tapology is picking Yam. Carlos Hernandez has been fed to the wolves since the beginning of his career, since he's gotten to the UFC. This guy has amazing wins over Dennis Bondar, beautiful elbow wins, by far one of my favorite wins from Carlos Hernandez. He's lost to Alan Nascimento submission rear naked choke, lost to Taisu Taira by KO ground strikes, lost to Rey Susaida where he got grappled relentlessly. This guy's having a tough career. Yam has been relatively untested. This guy looks like Joshua Van. I thought Joshua Van was fighting on this card. I was like, yo, what the fuck is Joshua Van doing on this card? Majority Tapology has Yam to finish this fight in the distance. I'm going to go that this fight goes the distance. I'm going to go Carlos Hernandez, and I'm going to go him to win by decision. Carlos Hernandez, 67-inch reach, 5'8". He's going to be taller by 1 inch. We know that maybe when the face-off, Yam might actually be the taller opponent, and he's definitely going to have a longer reach advantage, that 71-inch reach, 3-inch reach advantage, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, so 4-inch reach advantage, actually. Yam could win this fight inside the distance, but the reason why I'm not going him is because he hasn't been tested. He hasn't been tested like a guy like Carlos Hernandez. Give me Carlos Hernandez to win this fight by unanimous decision. This card is going to be very tricky. 14% of Tapology is picking Carlos Hernandez, so I'm picking a dog right here. You know this guy Yam is going to be a massive favorite. I just want to look at the odds for this. Yam plus 152, Carlos Hernandez minus 196. So give me Carlos Hernandez to win this fight. I'm actually surprised that he's the favorite. I'm going to go Carlos Hernandez to win this fight by unanimous decision after defending relentless takedowns, having good get-up game, having crisp boxing, and showing a phenomenal display of his full mixed martial arts work of art. This guy, Carlos Hernandez, has had a tough career, so he's due for a win. Give me Carlos Hernandez to win this fight by 29-28. Split decision, 29-28 Yam, after a competitive 15 minutes, even losing the second round. Main card time, Volkan Oezdemir versus Carlos Ulberg. Volkan has good forward pressure, legit power, good volume, and undeceiving power. He just KO'd Johnny Walker brutally. Throws his hands hard, miserable takedown accuracy at a 33%, so his takedowns suck. Big issue because his chin is questionable. He's 7-7 in the UFC with a mixed bag of marbles in the competition. That he's faced all of his losses are to the greats. Yuri Prochazka, Magomed Ankalaev, Daniel Cormier. The fact that he was able to KO Johnny Walker was amazing. He's taking on Carlos Ulberg, huge guy at 6'4", world-class kickboxer, trains with Izzy. Striking differential is very interesting, almost a 8-3 striking differential. 75% takedown accuracy, dominating. His only MMA loss is to Kennedy and Ngannou. He was dominating that fight until he got KO'd. He's coming off of that quick win over Alonzo Menifield, where Alonzo Menifield had the IQ of, I don't know, 0, just running at Carlos Ulberg and got knocked out. I like Ulberg, but we must respect Volkan. Volkan has fought so many world champions. It seems like his career is getting a resurgence. His last time he was KO'd was by Yuri Prochazka in 2020. I'm going to go Ulberg, but this will be a tough fight. We need Ulberg's takedown defense to be on point. And then his power, Volkan's power, is a little worrisome. So, when we look at this fight, 20 wins, 7 losses, and 0 draws for Volkan Oezdemir. Carlos Ulberg has 1 loss, that being by KO to Kennedy and Ngannou in a fight that he was dominating. Carlos Ulberg is from New Zealand, trains with Israel Adesanya, Dan Hooker, trains with all the best. Kickboxing world champion, city kickboxing pro. Give me Ulberg to win this fight by KO or unanimous decision. I think it's going to be a close fight. I think we have to respect Volkan Oezdemir, but I think Carlos Ulberg also beats Johnny Walker. You can't say that about everybody. Volkan Oezdemir is good. He hasn't got knocked out in a long time, but his chin is still questionable. Carlos Ulberg should be the pick. I'm going to go double chance Carlos Ulberg by KO on points. And give me Carlos Ulberg to win this fight by second round KO, if not late third round. I think he should be able to finish this fight, but we know Carlos Ulberg likes to do this little sparring. He likes to, look for his counter shots, look for the openings, and sometimes he's a little bit tentative, which led him to get caught against Kennedy. But give me Carlos Ulberg to win this fight, guys, and stay tuned for Wednesday because it's going to be a very good fight. Carlos Ulberg to win this fight by unanimous decision, if not by KO late third round. This is a banger. Cong Wang, the Joker. This girl came in with a little smile, face paint, and completely knocked out her opponent in her UFC debut versus Gabriella Fernandes. Gabriella Fernandes is very good, a veteran, or make what you want with her because she's fairly new to the UFC, 3 fights in the UFC, but it seems like she's been fighting in the UFC for a while. She's fought Jasmine Davicius, which we know Jasmine is very good. She won at Canada. Cong Wang versus Gabriella Fernandes. Cong Wang, pro kickboxer. She beat the current flyweight champ, Valentina Shevchenko, in a kickboxing fight. Decorated high-level kickboxer and great speed. Good takedown defense. Relatively untested, though. But she's coming off of that crazy, super crazy, insane KO win over Victoria Leonardo. And she showed up with the Joker mask and boom! KO'd her opponent with ease. She's taking on Gabriella, powerful striker. Very big, very fluid, solid BJJ. Takedown defense is very good. She's using her own strength. She can grapple. Her takedown defense is just her using her own physicality to defend the takedown. Her own strength, she can grapple. She's coming off of that win over Carly Judas, where she had 2 takedowns. I'll take Wang. She's a beast. I hope she comes in with the Joker mask again. Her power is something I've never seen ever before out of a girl like flyweight. I'll take Wang by KO. 6-0. Successful UFC debut over Victoria Leonardo. Gabriella Fernandes is being fed to the wolves. And give me Wang by KO. Give me Wang by KO first or second round. I can't wait. I cannot wait for Cong Wang. This fight, I'm more excited for this fight than I was for UFC 309. The fact that Cong Wang has power that I've never seen before. Or maybe it's just her precision. Precision beats power. Timing beats speed. This girl is one of the most phenomenal strikers I've ever seen. Sit back, boom, lights out. Give me Cong Wang to win this fight by knockout round 1 or 2. I love flyweight girls that can bang. Pause. Kenan Sang versus Muslim Salikov. Kenan Sang versus Muslim Salikov. Banger fight. I just want to see the Tapology odds for the last one. I just want to see it really quick. Damn, 2%. 2% is picking Fernandes. Wow. Kenan Sang versus Muslim Salikov. Saw the Tapology odds here, so I wanted to see the other one. Sang is actually favored to win. Wow. Kenan Sang, lowest fight IQ I've ever seen on a fighter, ever. Wrestling sucks. Has one-punch power. He's dropped Ian Gary. You can beat him with pressure and not giving him space. His takedown defense is okay. Has knockdowns in more than half of his fights. But his fight IQ is terrible. Coming off of that decision win over Ricky Glenn. Had that dude almost finished. And just started to hug him. Jonathan Martinez. What is this guy? Jonathan Martinez clinching with McGee after he has Marcus McGee's legs completely hurt. Jonathan Martinez leg kicking Marcus McGee. Marcus McGee can't walk on his leg. What does Jonathan Martinez do? He hugs him. Fucking dumbass. This guy is just like Song Kanal. So, where was I? He's coming off of that decision win over Ricky Glenn. Dude almost finished him, and then he decides to hug him. Honestly, he just makes dumb choices, very dumb choices. He's taking on Muslim Salikov. Good wrestling, good takedown defense, great takedowns. Coming off of that KO loss to Randy Brown, and now a 2-loss skid. He's old and 40. Kanan hits like a truck, but he can't finish a fight for shit. I hate these guys. I hate both of these guys. When he rocked Gary, he held him against the cage and hugged him. Salikov is old as hell, but he's not a dumbass. I'm going to go Salikov. He's better at decision making. I want to mention that Kanan Song is one of the most dumbest fighters I've ever seen. This guy Kanan Song has one of the lowest fight IQs I've ever seen. When you look inside his brain, you just look and it's like a little pea. It's like a little chickpea in there because there's nothing in there. Muslim Salikov is on that skid. He did beat Santiago Ponzinibbio by decision, but prior to that, he lost to Nicholas Dalby and he lost to Randy Brown. I don't like that at all. He got KO'd by Randy Brown, so Kanan Song could definitely just knock this guy the fuck out, and who cares how good Muslim Salikov is or how bad Kanan Song's fight IQ is. If he just knocks out his opponent, doesn't matter. So, I'm taking a little bit of a Hail Mary with here, being that this guy has fought competitively against Kevin Jessett as well, and he won against Ronaldo Bedoya, and we know that guy is not that good. That guy's pretty trash. Give me Muslim Salikov to win this fight by unanimous decision. This fight could end by KO. If you want some good props, I'll give you Kanan Song by KO or on points, double chance, and Kanan Song by KO sprinkle. Give me Muslim Salikov to win this fight with the grappling department, just wrestling a guy like Kanan Song after Kanan Song drops Muslim Salikov, and then what? Like, this guy's like a Michael Chandler. He drops Charles Oliveira, and then he goes into his guard. Or he has success in the striking department against Oliveira, and then he follows Oliveira to the ground. Give me Muslim Salikov to win this fight after getting dropped brutally in the first round, and then winning the second and third round. So, very close competitive fight. Kanan Song to win by KO is very good if you want to sprinkle it. So, I'm taking a little bit of a Hail Mary going Muslim Salikov, but I think he's way better at decision making. So, give me Muslim Salikov to win that fight by unanimous decision. Ozzy Diaz versus Ming Yang Zhang. Ozzy Diaz, 6'4", former LFA champion of the world, light on his toes, good grappling, but he doesn't grapple at all. Creative striking, but is chinny. He isn't that thick. He's pretty skinny for his height. Fought at middleweight before. He's taking on Zhang. Dangerous, but mostly a ground and pound phenomenon. Dangerous, mix it up on the feet, but fantastic pressure. He has an excellent record with a 100% finish rate. 90% of those TKOs and subs were entirely on the ground. He's coming off of that KO win over Brenson Ribeiro, who just beat Machado. We know Machado is trash. So being able to knock out a guy like Brenson Ribeiro is pretty good. Really fun fight. Doesn't go the distance. Ozzy is too chinny to hang with Zhang. Let's go Zhang by KO inside the distance. Ozzy Diaz, really tall. Fun. What a nice name, right? The Diaz. Ozzy Diaz. He got knocked out by Joe Pyfer on the Contender Series. And then he fought an LFA 1, and now he's making his UFC debut. Joe Pyfer put him the fuck out. Ming Yang Zhang should be able to win this fight by first round KO. If he doesn't, honestly, it's going to be one of those fights where it's going to be a sloppy fight. If this fight goes the distance, this fight's going to look ugly as hell. 6'4", 6'2", 75-inch reach. Give me Ming Yang Zhang to win this fight by first or second round KO, knocking out Ozzy Diaz out cold, just like the Joe Pyfer fight. Come on, Ming Yang Zhang. Let's go by knockout. Co-main event, Yang Xiaonan versus Tabitha Ricci. Yang Xiaonan, a great boxer, insane striking, insane willingness to bang. Outside of her 3 UFC losses to a former champion, top 5 fighter, and the current UFC strawweight champion. So she's lost to Carla Esparza, and she's lost to Zhang Weili, both champions, and she's lost to a top 5 fighter. She's had a solid run in the UFC. Great power, great improvement. She's coming off that title loss to Weili Zhang, where she was taken down 6 times, but she had 3 of her own takedowns. Honestly, the way she almost went out, or did go out in the sub attempt against Zhang Weili, was insane how the fight continued, but she has an insane resilience. She's taking on Tabitha Ricci, very good grappler, very strong in the cage, Very good cage control. Her entire game is based on cage control. She takes her time before looking for subs. She will ground and pound on top, create openings for submissions. Her striking game is not great, but improving. Her takedowns are not even that good as well, and she relies a lot on cage control. She's coming off of a decision win over Angela Hill, where that fight was super close, where her forward pressure and insane cardio was put on full display. She has insane cardio, but she doesn't have good takedowns and good wrestling. Her fights are so close most of the time. Yang Xiaocan is a 2-1 favorite. Tabitha's pressure can win her a round or two. Over 2.5 is a good play, and the plus 3.5 for Tabitha Ricci is good for this card. Honestly, I think this fight goes a distance. I think plus 3.5 for Tabitha Ricci. And I know this is going to sound crazy, but this is my early full card predictions. Yang Xiaocan should be able to be a better boxer. She should be more slick. She went toe-to-toe against Zhang Weili 5 rounds, considering she almost went out in the first round. She has way better heart. But I think Tabitha Ricci has a lot of momentum. And I think her fights have been very close. She did lose to Lupita Godinez. This is a close fight. I might make an official pick flip after this. But I'm going to go Tabitha Ricci. I'm going Tabitha Ricci. I know hometown crowd, Yang Xiaocan. She just lost to the best. She's favored at a 2-1. Hell, for all I know, this girl's a minus 300. Yang Xiaocan minus 210. Tabitha Ricci plus 162. Early full card prediction. Might make an official pick flip. And I'm saying an official pick flip for Friday because this one I'm on the fence about. I've been on the fence about this one for all week. I'm going to go Tabitha Ricci. I like her style. I know sometimes she has terrible takedown defense. Terrible takedown offense. And she just holds you against the fence. And that could be bad. But I need that. I need her to hold Yang Xiaocan against the fence and get a good little hip toss throw. She has amazing athleticism. She's more athletic than a girl like Yang Xiaocan. Her explosiveness and her cardio can definitely win her this fight in a 15-minute battle. I've been picking Tabitha Ricci for almost her entire career. I'm going to go Tabitha Ricci to win this fight. I love me some Tabitha Ricci. Baby Shark. Let's go. Tabitha Ricci, one of the best phenomenal fighters to watch. And I'm happy that we got some fucking cake on this card. Let's go. Give me Tabitha Ricci to win this fight after a hard-fought 15-minute split decision. Tabitha Ricci to win this fight by split decision. 29-28. Split decision Tabitha Ricci. 29-28 split decision Yang Xiaocan. And 29-28 for the winner by split decision. Tabitha, Baby Shark, Ricci. Everybody's going to be like, what the fuck? How the fuck did she win that fight? But everybody's going to be able to say that her cage control did nothing. Control means nothing. But I think she has very good game. If she's not able to take you down, she holds you against the fence for the entire round. She has very good strength. And she looks like she's on steroids. The way this girl's muscles pop out. This girl has bigger biceps than me. Like, this girl is fucking jacked. Me standing side to side by Tabitha Ricci, this girl mogs me. She's smaller than me, but she just mogs me, bro, by the way she's so ripped. Very low confidence pick, but if you look at Yang Xiaocan, she's losing a little bit of momentum. Carla Esparza KO crucifix. If Tabitha Ricci gets her in their crucifix position, Yang Xiaocan sucks on the ground. She sucks. She has bad get-up game. Marina Rodriguez, she lost by split decision. You know, sometimes when the fight is 15 minutes, she can lose a little bit of the game, and she loses a little bit of the fight as the fight goes on. And then Weili Zhang, you know that girl's a beast. Honestly, very low confidence pick. I don't recommend you to tail me. If you want to go Yang Xiaocan, go Yang Xiaocan to win this fight by unanimous decision. I think if you want to go either side, go for the fighter to win by decision. Over 2.5, plus 3.5 for Tabitha Ricci. So give me Tabitha Baby Shark Ricci to win this fight by unanimous decision after a hard, not unanimous, split decision after a hard-fought 15-minute battle. I can't wait for Tabitha Ricci, bro. Let's fucking go. Peter Yan versus Deiveson Figueiredo. Peter Yan minus 320, Deiveson Figueiredo plus 235. And we know why. Deiveson Figueiredo's cardio is a little bit of that question. Plays a little bit part in those odds. Since Figgy was a flyweight champion and Peter Yan was a bantamweight champion, I've always wanted to see these two scrap. Always. These guys, it was inevitable that these guys were going to fight. Peter Yan, former bantamweight champion of the world. Great takedown defense, amazing striking offense. By far one of my favorite fighters to watch. This guy is a treat to watch. Great takedowns, great striking, plots forward, a good Muay Thai stance, and a good Muay Thai stance where he just blasts away with power and accuracy. He averages almost 2 takedowns per fight, solid 85% takedown defense, and that's impressive considering this guy fought Merab, who shot 50 fucking takedowns on him. He's coming off of that very close win over Song Yadong, where the takedowns and clean striking led him to win a decision. He's taking on the former flyweight champion of the world, undefeated in this new weight class here. And since moving up to bantamweight, we've seen a higher focus on his wrestling and cardio. He got a little bit better at his cardio a little bit. Okay, so his cardio is still not the best, but he has 7 takedowns in his last 3 fights. And that's more. Okay, he has 7. Sorry, I'm going all over the place. So Deiveson Figueiredo has 7 takedowns in his last 3 fights. And that's more than his last 7 fights combined at flyweight. Well-rounded, dangerous everywhere. BJJ black belt, has good submission attempts. He's coming off of that decision win over Chito Vera where he dropped Chito Vera. Was one of the first ever to drop Chito Vera. And he took him down twice. He knocked down Chito Vera, but Figgy was getting very tired in that 3rd round. I know a lot of people say Chito Vera was off of balance, but he still got that knockdown. Very impressive considering nobody knocked down Chito Vera, not even Sugar Sean O'Malley. He gets very tired in that 3rd round, though. This is 5 rounds. Figgy's takedowns are amazing, but I'm going to pick Yan. He's the better striker, better fluidity, and his takedown defense is amazing. 5 rounds will be an insane amount of time. Figgy is on a tear. His momentum is crazy. And you can make the same argument. That momentum is more important than anything in the UFC. This guy is on a 3-fight win streak. This is going to be crazy, bro. This is going to be a crazy fucking fight. I'm going to go Peter Yan to win this fight by 48-47, 49-46, and 48-47 unanimous decision. I think Peter Yan looked amazing against Song Yadong. It was about time this guy got a win. This guy lost to Sean O'Malley, Aljamain Sterling, and then Merab Dvalishvili. Those guys are the best. And I bet you one of those 3 beats a guy like Deiveson Figueiredo. Deiveson Figueiredo gasses really hard in that 3rd round. And if he has worked on his takedown defense, not his takedown defense. Let me get a drink of water. If he has worked on his cardio, he has to pace himself in order to get the takedowns. He has to strike, mix in the takedowns, and then rest as he's working on top control on the takedowns. He's gone 5 rounds before. So we can't say, oh, his cardio is that bad that he can't go 5 rounds. He's gone 5 rounds before. But when he goes 5 rounds, it's close. Very close. Honestly, I think he does way better in 3-round fights. Excuse me. I think Deiveson Figueiredo does way better at 15-minute fights. If this was 15 minutes, I think he would win this fight. But that extra 10 minutes, 4 and 5, is going to be fucking hell for Deiveson Figueiredo. Have you seen Peter Yan against Song Yadong? The way he's able to go 1-1 into the 3rd round. Hard-fought, 10-minute battle. Gassed on both sides. Both of these guys emptied out their entire gas tank in the first 2 rounds. What does he do? Striking, shoots a nice double leg takedown. Cements the round with top control in his wrestling. This guy, Peter Yan, is one of the most well-rounded, if not the best boxer in the UFC. A lot of people even thought that he won against Sean O'Malley. I'm going to go Deiveson. Wow, that's how you know Deiveson Figueiredo has a crazy shot. The pick is going to be Peter Yan, but I want to mention that Deiveson Figueiredo can drop Peter Yan. He can definitely drop Peter Yan with his power. The way he was able to drop Chito Vera. Chito Vera was off balance, but this guy has very good accuracy. And Deiveson Figueiredo has been working his takedowns. If he can take down Peter Yan, control Peter Yan, slow down the fight, maybe try to find a little rear naked choke or a good guillotine choke. We know this guy has an amazing guillotine. He can slowly turn this fight his way. He's 36 years old. Cardio is not on his side. Age is not on his side. And 5 rounds is not on his side. I think all of this benefits Peter Yan. but we know in a different time zone how these guys acclimate the fight game. Anything can happen. Give me Petr Yan to win this fight by defending a couple of takedowns, getting taken down in the first, second round, and then making his way with the snowball effect in the third, fourth, and fifth round, and then having relentless pressure and power, almost like a Corey Sandhagen Petr Yan fight where it's a 5-round striking clinic, and then the fourth and fifth round just gets swept away in Petr Yan's favor, and he just has a relentless amount of 1-2 spin kick and then spin back fist, same spinning back fist that dropped Corey Sandhagen. Honestly, this is going to be a fun fight. It was about time. It was inevitable that these guys fight. So give me Petr Yan to win this fight by 48-47, 49-46, and 48-47 unanimous decision. If not, late TKO, 5th round TKO. Maybe 4th round. Maybe even 3rd round if this guy, Deiveson Figueiredo, gasses a little early. I expect him to have way better cardio than he did against Chito Vera. But how long can your cardio last? Give me Petr Yan to win this fight 48-47, 49-46, and 48-47. Unanimous decision after a hard-fought 25 minutes. Let me know what you guys think. Banger fight. Banger card. Let's get back on a Lock of the Week streak for UFC Macau. Lock of the Week streak continues and starts this week. So we're starting off on a new slate, new clean slate. Let me know what you guys think, and if you guys can help me with the Lock of the Week, I would appreciate that. If you guys have a good comment, just comment somebody you think is a good Lock of the Week. Petr Yan, Yang Xiongnan, Kenan Song, just Cong Wang, Carlos Ulberg. Just comment who you think is a good Lock of the Week. Comment your most confident picks, so that way you can give me good advice and good adhesive, thoughts. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for always being here. And thank you guys for commenting. You guys have been showing me so much love. We're almost about to hit 2,000 subs. I hope you guys have a great day. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. And I hope you guys are excited for these fights as much as I am. Let the best man and women win. I can't wait. I can't wait for Petr Yan, main event, co-main event. I can't wait for Cong Wang. And I can't wait for these prelims. This tournament is going to be insane. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, Petr Yan to win this fight by 48-47 unanimous decision, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's get it. 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 Peace. Lock of the Week streak begins today.